Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
Hey guys, it's the Lucky True group back at you with first time with the newly released Asagao Academy. It's a dating simulator of your favorite Normal Boots characters. If you don't know what Normal Boots are, they're a pretty cool group. Yeah.
And we're not sponsored, just in case you're wondering. It'd be cool though. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It'd be awesome.
I bet there's already a million Let's Plays of this game already.
Oh, most definitely. I'm the Mouse and Pikachu.
I'm Luck% SRL. And today we're going to
date people. Yeah.
You know, we just completed Portal like almost a month ago.
Woot woot.
And then we're like, what should we do next? Dating sim. Okay.
Yeah. Because we both love Normal Boots. Or at least a couple of the Normal Boots people.
I like them all. They're all pretty cool.
I don't know the rest of the people. I know like 3 of them. That's it really. But, yeah, that's okay.
We should be beginning now.
We should. Chapter 1. She's so freaking cute.
This is our main character. I think her name's Hannah.
I think it is Hannah, yeah. The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan. Yes! Sorry. Whisking me farther and farther from home.
We're in Japan suddenly.
Yeah! We're from Japan. Oh god. Across from me sat a boy. His face half buried in the newspaper.
So you'll take the role of Hannah, and I'll try to take some roles of the guys. You'll probably take some other roles too.
I call John.
You can't do John.
Fine, I'll call PPG then. Jesus. He was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading, and hadn't spoken a single word to me. Even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. Shut up, I can't read.
I'm sorry.
He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It had been almost an hour, in fact, and he hadn't looked at me once. Devoid of conversation, I took instead to counting the buttons of the pretentiously lush carmine seat cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, and so forth over and over. Now and again I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by. Sometimes the smeared green would break and reveal the quiet blue of the Sea of Japan. It's just one sea in all of Japan. Just the Sea of Japan.
The Sea of Japan.
Alright. Eventually, this rapidity made my stomach churn, and I went back to counting the buttons on my seat cushions. Hey, she's just like me.
So, where's the buttons at? There's no buttons on these seat cushions.
You know.
She's imagining them. 1,
2, 3. The train compartment shuddered around us.
That's a terrible train sound.
My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school-issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was a green varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on the front.
Oh, I know who this person is, but we're going to reveal him.
Sparkly.
So, your first year then.
He folded his newspaper neatly, set it in his lap, and looked at me with half-interested gaze.
I think he said sparkles. It's so funny.
I know. Did he just catch me staring? Now the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straight and See, it blinded me! Because it's so fucking blindingly bright, okay? Jesus.
I mean, this is so true.
He's so sparkly. There was something about him, the way the light hit him. He's a vampire! No. That made him look like he was almost sparkling? Me? He glanced around the compartment empty beside us and laughed.
Haha.
Oh. No, I'm not a first year. I'm a third year.
Oh, you junior.
Sanensei. It's Japanese. The train began to slow, metal wheels groaning against metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, but I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing myself to keep it together. What kind of impression would I leave puking on the student before I even arrived at the academy? The boy frowned. I picked at the hem of my cotton skirt.
Ooh.
I'm picking at my skirt, but I'm not wearing a skirt.
That's not possible. I've never seen you before.
It took me a moment of mouth fisting? Fishing. Fishing.
Mouth fisting?
Well, like this, like biting your fist.
Oh.
To find a response.
You're the best narrator.
Damn it. It's because I'm a transfer student. He laughed again.
Tee-heet. Exactly. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those.
I removed my acceptance letter from the front pockets of my uniform. The paper, heavyweight, off-white, had accumulated creases from my reading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it. The boy took it, studied it, then handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
Well then, Hannah, I suppose I'll be seeing you around.
He smiled at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he was already gone from the compartment.
Bye, mysterious person.
I stared out into the empty hallway of the train. It was then that I realized he, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got his.
Rip.
Well, the train set out of the station, and I filed out of the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winter had come and gone. Funny enough, in Japan, they do start the school year like late March, early April, at least from what I'm experiencing. The trees are already green, their leaves shivering in the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the road with a swarm of blue-jacketed bodies, looking at little groups breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me.
In an anime game. But don't... No. That was a terrible joke. That wasn't even a joke at all.
I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was a leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained.
It was worth more than her, actually.
Apparently. It wasn't far to the school, and I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful what I owned didn't amount to much. My school issued black Oxfords. Click, click, clicked on the pavement. I walked this walk over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake, imagining what it would be like to walk from my train station to Asagao Academy for the first time. My new start. I always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk. That somehow, everything would be magically different. But as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed. I hadn't changed. By the time I reached the massive gate to the academy, I forgot all about the disappointed slouching in the back of my throat. The school, framed by the gate's twisting black metal, was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in the pamphlets.
I swear though, like, it looks like they just designed about half the school and then just copied and pasted to the other side while designing the clock.
Well, at least it has to be symmetrical.
That's true.
I mean, look at our halls. They're symmetrical, for the most part.
No.
This was it. Asagao Academy.
Roll credits.
Ding. I glanced around. The swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the academy's main building. Smurfs!
How tiny blue are we talking about here?
Smurfs! A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. The excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few moments later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked outwards and cleared the pathway. There's a lot of narration in this game.
It's a dating sim, what'd you expect?
It's true. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. Meh. Sorry. My stomach tied itself into knots.
Oh, she's hungry, right?
So many stomach things, jeez. The crowd split off in different directions. For a moment, I panicked.
I am alone.
I should know where she's going, Estelle. A tired-looking man with graying hair cried out for the first years, a cluster of fresh-faced students gathering around him.
Called out, not cried out.
Shut up.
You said cried out?
Shut up.
Hey, look at that girl.
I turned. A few feet away, a small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering.
Posh boy? Pink hair? Are you kidding me? How desperate can you get?
Hot shame crawled down my neck.
I accidentally pushed the wrong button.
return.
That's the return button. There we go.
I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed in time to my shoes crunching against gravel. My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this.
I was born with it.
Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory, a large sign on the lawn reading Primrose House. The building dwarfed me in size in sheer intimidation.
It's a building. A building's gonna be bigger than you.
How many students did Asagao have?
Not enough.
As I approached the building, a red-headed girl lingering nearby caught my attention. I looked away. Then I looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over.
Oh, you must be my roommate!
Okay.
Well, she has her own voice.
You must be my roommate.
If she doesn't really have much of a voice, do you want me to voice her, or do you want to voice her?
I can voice her.
Okay.
I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle.
Jeez.
That's an interesting statement. Okay.
Plus, also, how do you know that she's your roommate just out of nowhere? Like, oh, hey, there's a girl. You're my roommate.
Well, maybe it's just one she doesn't know. Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess. Rim 325? I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my dorm arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny.
Tee-hee.
Was she laughing at me?
Yes.
When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were going to be a total main character.
Man, is this fourth wall breaking, or what is it?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. What?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair. I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about?
She's talking about the hair, sweetie.
She added, making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus, and I was already being mocked.
By your roommate, too.
Oh, my hands began to tremble. Is something wrong with my hair?
Oh, she was crying.
Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again. No, it's great. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I'm sorry.
Speaking.
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh gosh. I'm Mai Sasaki. You must be Hana.
She just took your role.
So to speak. I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, Mai.
No, it's not. Never mind.
It's Mai.
Mai.
It means front in Japanese.
Front.
All your school books are waiting in our room, and with your welcome letter. And I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. Mai started walking towards the dorm's front doors. I followed behind like a lost puppy.
Bark.
Did you check in at the front desk already? No, I didn't. I didn't know I was supposed to. Good. They'll offer to have a staff member give you the tour of the campus, but I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I already started. I hope you don't mind.
With my party cannon.
But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know?
String the lights. Yes, they have.
That's
They have Christmas lights.
That's
I'm calling it.
It's what they have over there.
Yeah.
She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth, and left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. She held the front door open for me, and I hurried inside. Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging vague niceties that were, more often than not, "How was your break?" and "Look at how tan you got!" It seemed like everyone knew each other.
Except me. Well, then again, that's what happens when you're a transfer student. You don't know anyone. Everyone's like, oh, we all know each other.
Or college.
Or college in general.
I followed Mai as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm looked the same as the last. Narrow white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were tacked onto the front of each, the numbers rising as we climbed. You're not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Saitoma does them every year, and he's like, totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird, squeaky voice of his. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I smiled, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thanks. We headed down a hallway on the 3rd floor. Mai stopped us in front of a door numbered 325. Here we are! Oh.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, wow, that was fast. I thought she was like the whole...
She has her bed set too!
I told you! Look, there's the lights. There's the lights.
She has apparently both beds set up.
You know.
A faint smell of potpourri wafted
Wafted.
through the room. The walls, like the hallway, were safe, soft powder pink.
That's interesting. Well, but you know what?
What?
That was a cool beginning. Unfortunately, we're over time.
No.
So, thank you all for watching. We'll be back whenever we can. Maybe in 3 months of time.
Hope not.
See you then.
Bye bye.